with us today, we have two of our staff from the Center for Fitness and Health, and that is Nate Stewart and Christina Spezio. And they are going to talk with you a little bit today about exercise, how exercise can contribute to heart health, and I will turn it over to Nate.
Thank you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody enjoyed the cooking demonstration. Today with you, we'll be going over some chair stretches that you can do. You can do them standing if you want. These exercises will be great that you can do while you're at work, especially. I know sometimes it gets, the work day can be a little tedious. Or also they're great to do while you're at home. There's handouts that should have came around to everybody. They'll be good if you could follow along, and participation is very much encouraged. So expect to see everybody doing a little bit of stretching while you're out there too. Just that way you can do it and get familiar with how some of the exercises are. First we'll go through a couple of the benefits. Sorry if you cannot just hear that whole thing I just said. All right, so first we'll go through some of the benefits of why stretching is good for you. It improves flexibility, which is very important as we get a little bit older. Everybody stiffens up a little bit. Flexibility is not as good. It improves circulation within your own body. It can also help to improve balance and coordination, which also gets a little bit harder for everybody as we get a little bit older. Balance gets a little bit worse, and as does coordination. It also helps to alleviate lower back pain, which everybody seems to have a tough time with as time goes by, whether through injury or just through lack of a strong core muscle. The other thing it can help to do is improve cardiovascular health. So as we get older, too, it's very much a concern of heart troubles and heart issues. So doing some stretching also helps with your cardiovascular health. So the first stretch that we'll do is for your neck stretch. It helps you to kind of avoid having a stiff neck or stiff neck muscles. So if everybody sits there nice and relaxed in your chair, start with your hands on your legs just like that. And what we'll first do is lean your neck down to the left. And what you want to try and do is have your neck touch. You want to try and have your ear touch your shoulder without bringing your shoulder up to your ear. So just stretch your neck down to the left, and what you'll feel is a strain in the right side of your neck, and you just want to hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. So everybody just stay there and hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds. All right, and then we just return to center. So return where you were. The next one that we'll do is the same thing. You'll just next tilt your head to the right. So just like you did to the left, and then tilt your head to the right. What you'll feel is the stretch in your neck on the left side, and you'll hold it the same, about 10 or 15 seconds. Okay? So after 10 seconds, you'll return it back up to the center, just like you did. The next one that we'll do, you just take your chin, and you'll try and tuck it right into your chest, just like that. So you tilt your head forward and just try and tuck your chin right in your chest, and you'll feel the tension on the back side of your neck. And you'll hold that for the same, about 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, and then you can return to center after that. So with that one, that'll be good to do while you're sitting at home, or even if you're like cooking dinner or something like that. It's a good exercise to do just to help to alleviate stiff neck muscles. So I know it seems kind of simple, but it's simple things that sometimes have the best benefits for how your neck is feeling. So the next thing that we'll do, it's called the shoulder roll. So I know every once in a while we kind of hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, and our shoulders feel kind of stiff during the day. So this exercise will help to loosen up your shoulders a little bit and get you feeling better. So sit up in your chairs there nice and tall. Place your hands down at your sides or your thighs. And this will be your starting position. And then all you'll do is take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you'll just rotate your shoulders forward. All of your shoulders, just rotate them forward as you breathe out. Okay? So you'll just keep doing that in a continuous motion. Once you come back down to center, and then you'll rotate them back forward. And you'll do this about 3 to 5 times forward, okay? So keep rotating about 3 to 5 times just forward, just like that. And then you'll take a break. So we'll return back to center like you did. And now what you'll do is just reverse the opposite way. So start there. So take a deep breath in and exhale as you roll your shoulders backward. Okay? And you'll do this the same about 3 to 5 times. I can see you all. You look much more relaxed, more like this tension's just going away. Yeah, keep doing it a couple more times. Okay. So how'd that feel? It felt okay for everybody? Good. Okay, so the next one that we'll do is a shoulder stretch. So it's not quite the same as the first one. What you do is stay in the starting position just like you are, your hands on your knees. And what you'll do, you'll first take your right arm, and you'll just stretch it across your body just like this. And then you'll take your left arm underneath. So start right on here. So bring your right arm across your body, and then you'll take your left arm up underneath and just try and pin your right arm close in towards your chest. And you'll hold this for about 15 seconds. So where you should feel the stretch is on the back side of your shoulder. So hold it for about 15 seconds or so. Okay, and then you can return back to the center, and you'll do the same thing with your left arm. So take your left arm across your chest, and then you'll just pin it towards your chest with your right arm. And you should feel the stretch on the outside of your left shoulder. Yep, and hold that one for about 15 seconds or so. Okay, and then you can take a break. So during the day, you could do that and alternate about 3 to 5 times doing that, from right arm to left arm, back to right arm. And that'll really help to loosen up your shoulders a little bit and get your shoulders feeling better. So the next one that we'll do, it's called the torso twist. So this one will help all in your inner stomach area, kind of loosen it up a little bit, get your sides feeling a little bit looser. It'll help your back feel a little bit looser too. So you'll start forward just like you are, your hands on your knees. And what you'll try and do as you're sitting there, you'll just twist with your the upper half of your body as if you're looking over your shoulder. So you can use your left hand to brace you. Look, yep. So try and look just as if you're looking over your shoulder. And you'll just twist your body as far as you feel like you can, as far as is comfortable. So you don't want anything to twist or pop or anything while you're doing it. And you'll just squeeze and hold that for about 15 seconds or so. And you'll do repetitions of that one. So the next thing you can do is just try, as you're sitting there, and look over your right shoulder. As you're doing this, you kind of want to squeeze your stomach muscles if you can. So as you're looking over your shoulder, kind of squeeze with your stomach, and you'll really feel a stretch along your side there. Now, if you're ever sitting in a chair doing this, you can do repetitions of this. So each time left and then back right again would count as one repetition. And you can do that about 15 times during the day. And it just really helps your sides and your back really loosen up. It'll make you feel a lot better. Okay, so the next one that we'll do is a chest stretch. This is one that not many folks think about doing, and it can be a little bit tricky. It might be a little trickier stretch, especially for those who aren't that flexible, like myself, too. This one's not easy to do. So what you'll do is you can watch Christina here. You'll sit with your feet flat on the floor, and you'll extend your arms back behind you, and you'll try and touch your arms back behind your back if you can. You don't necessarily have to touch your hands. It's okay. But extend your arms straight back behind you if you can, and then you'll try and push forward with your chest, and it really helps to stretch out your chest muscles there. So those brave enough to try, give it a shot. You can do it. And you'll hold this one for about 15 seconds or so. So it'll be just like that, and then try and stick your chest out while you're doing it. And it really stretches that chest out. So about 15 seconds, and you guys can take a break. So that one's not always the funnest one to do, but it's still a good one to do throughout the day. So we'll go to a little bit more simple of a stretch this time. Nothing, you don't have to worry about reaching behind you. This one, you're going to reach straight out in front of you. So start sitting like you are. You're just going to reach, this one's the forearm stretch, so it's going to loosen up those forearms of yours. So you're going to reach out with your left arm straight in front of you, and then you're just going to take your right hand and grab the fingers on your left arm as it's outstretched, and you're just going to pull those pointer fingers back towards you. And you're just going to hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. And you should feel that stretch on the underside of your forearm. So just keep holding that for about 10 seconds or so, and then you can take a break. And then what we'll do is we'll do the same thing just with your right hand. So the same thing, reach your right hand out with your fingers facing the ceiling, and then grab those fingers with your left hand and pull back towards you. And this one, you'll feel the stretch on the underside of your right forearm. And this one's the same, just hold for about 10 or 15 seconds or so. All right, so we have 2 more stretches to do. That's it, and we're done, I promise. You guys have been great so far. So the next one that we'll do is called the tricep stretch. So this one will stretch the back of your arm right here. So what you'll do is start with your left hand straight above your head, and then you'll just try and reach down and touch your back if you can. I can't do it, so maybe you guys can do it. And then you'll take your other hand, and you'll just try and grab the back side of your elbow, and you'll try and pull that opposite arm down towards you. And when you'll do, you'll feel a stretch on the outside of your forearm there. And you'll do this one the same. Hold for about 10 or 15 seconds. You'll feel this one in a lot of places. You'll feel it stretch kind of the back of your shoulders and some of your tricep. This one's not always the funnest thing to do if you have any type of neck issues or shoulder issues. So it's not always capable of doing it or the funnest one to do, but it is good to do. It stretches your shoulders. Okay, so everybody take a break and just switch hands. So this time you'll take your right hand and try and reach it down over your back. And then you'll take your left hand and just pull it straight down and towards you. And this is the same. We'll just hold this one for about 15 seconds or so. So during the day, for each of these, you can repeat these about 3 different times, just switching from arm to arm. And it'll really kind of help your upper body to loosen up a little bit. Okay, so we got one more, last one. This one's for your lower body. I know everybody's concerned about stretching your legs out and stuff like that. So this one's for the hamstring or the back of your leg. So you'll sit in the chair just like you are, and you'll extend, we'll say, your left leg forward. And what you'll do is have your heel on the floor and extend your toes up towards the ceiling. What you'll try and do next, which is the tricky part, you'll try and bend over and touch your toes, and you'll try and pull those toes in towards you. I know. So touching your toes isn't always the easiest thing, but as far as you can reach. So you don't necessarily have to touch your toes, but do your best. You don't have to. Just being able to bend over and stretching forward, even if you're not touching your toes, will still stretch out your hamstring. So as you do it more and more, it'll get easier and easier to be able to touch your toes. And that's how you can really, that'll be a nice telltale sign of your flexibility getting better. So you'll want to hold that one for 15 seconds, and then we'll do the same thing with the other leg. All right, great job, guys. So how'd that feel? That one can be tough too. Touching the toes is always an easy thing. So was there any stretches that you guys were particularly concerned about or wanted alternative stretches for that you didn't know? Because these are great stretches to do just day to day. Even if you're just sitting down watching TV, that would be the easiest time to do it. Because then that way, you know, during commercials or something like that, we don't always think about doing stretching. Oftentimes it's skipped throughout the day or throughout the week, but it has so many benefits to it. And during watching TV is the best time to do it. You almost don't have an excuse not to stretch. Question? For the lower back? The one that we did with the torso twist is a great one for the lower back. Because as you turn and you're stretching just like that, you should be able to feel it in that lower back like there. Another good one to do, you could be sitting just like you are, and you'll just lean forward and try and touch your toes just like that. So he asked what a good exercise was for your lower back. This is another good exercise that would be good just for your lower back, and it's pretty simple to do. As you're sitting there in the chair, you just bend straight over and try and touch your toes, and it would stretch out your whole back, especially your lower back too, as you're sitting there. So it's a great question. Did anybody else have a question of a good stretch to do? Anybody? Somebody? No? All right, well, I thank you guys so much for participating. Definitely try and do some stretches as you